Hi, how's everybody doing? I know it's been a minute since I've been out here on Facebook, but nevertheless, I'm back today. I just wanted to give a shout out to everyone who has donated blankets for Warm to the Touch. It really, really is appreciated. I know you don't have to do it. I know everybody have their own thing going on with the COVID-19, and some have lost family, work, and etc. But I really want you to know that I really, really, really appreciate all that you do. Today, we're going to be talking about breast cancer. As you guys saw, probably some of the videos and the pictures that have went forth with my sister Angela, and she has what she called a breast cancer tribe, and that's for her. Today, I didn't get a chance to make it to West Memphis today. I had an unexpected emergency came up, but nevertheless, I had two wonderful brothers, an older brother and the baby brother, that stood in for Warm to the Touch and represented on behalf of us on today. Eugene Udell, thank you so much. He's the pastor of the New Beginning Church here in Little Rock. And Quentin Perry, thank you so much, sir. He has his own business called Quick and Swift Couriers. And I appreciate what you all have done for me today. And that was intercede and stand in the gap. Angela, she's the baby girl. And so Angela, she's spoiled. We have her spoiled right. And yes, Lord, we do. She's spoiled. Jesus, she's spoiled. But she know I'm only kidding. But at the same time, for a person to go through the situation that she's going through, the conversation that she and I had was talking about how they wanted some blankets. And I said, well, that's what Warm to the Touch, that's what we do. We provide blankets for people. And the blankets sometimes represent different things to different people. And that's okay. But with us, it's all about the warmth and the touch that go along with it. We want everyone to feel a certain type of security when you wrap yourself up in a blanket. And our blankets are anointed because I pray over these blankets. And I do believe God has healing in those blankets. And he's the healer. He does whatever he chooses to do. If he heal, he heal. If he doesn't, he doesn't. But guess what? He is still God. So I don't want you to get so caught up in the blanket to where you miss the representation of Christ. Because our blankets is all about Christ. It's all about being Christ-like. It's all about healing. There's things that you just have to go through. And if you ever experience hurt, sometimes if you wrap yourself up into something and just lay on your sofa or curl yourself up in the bed, and sometimes a blanket just give you that type of comfort. And so with that, she was telling me, she said that we need blankets and everything. And so while I was talking with her on the phone one night, I also was just ordering blankets. And I said, girl, what's your address? So I sent all these blankets to her house. And I thank God for FedEx and UPS or whoever sent the blankets, But I appreciate the blankets being there for occasion of this today. We also we fed the staff. I'm gonna go over a few little things. I have my little notes. I want to make a special shout out to Mr. John. He's a person that works over at Baptist Hospital Cancer Center in West Memphis. And we appreciate everything that you're doing for Angela. Heather, Jasmine, Paula, Stacy, those are a few names that I remember by talking with Angela that she called your name out. But to all the entire staff, the CEO there, everyone, and those that are yet to come, we really appreciate the hospitality and the service that you have rendered this far for Angela and all the staff that's there. I'm not just going to point Angela out because Angela's not the only one that's going through things, but everyone that is there, we appreciate the time and the effort that you have given towards people that are in need. I myself work in a clinic, and I get a chance to see a lot of patients that have had COVID or got COVID. Staff I work with, I've seen doctors, etc. And it's a time to where we all need to have empathy for one another. So whatever your issue is, get over it, because this is a time of healing. America needs to be healed, and God needs people to heal. We need to love one another a little bit more. And we're talking not just in families, but we're talking all over the world, whoever you're connected to. Forgive, forget, and let's move forward. But those people at the hospital have definitely made an impact on Angela, because Angela called all of us and told us something that she wanted us to do. And when Angela talked, she's like E.F. Hutton, people listen. So nevertheless, she told us that she wanted us to do a devotional. And I thank God that she reached out to us. I don't know all the people she reached out to, but I'm going to say us because it was more than one. She reached out for us to do a devotional. I want to thank her husband, Kevin, for cooking. He cooked for the staff. And sometimes doctors don't get a chance to eat as much as you think they should because they're always on call. And the nursing staff. It's just a little love and appreciation that we're trying to show to let people know that you're not forgotten. The breast cancer tribe, which is Angela's tribe that she's in, so we're all on that team. Warm to the touch, of course. We couldn't be there today, but I thank God we were able to send those blankets to the staff as well as to the patients. And from my understanding, they just loved everything. They just loved it all. Warm to the Touch is my baby, and I appreciate Warm to the Touch and everybody that's have worked with me, have sent anything. I don't care if it was $10, $5, $20, or whatever your amount was. I get people, they just appreciate what I do, and they are helpers. Sometimes they'll buy blankets and send them to me. I mean, it just works like that. And for that, I am grateful. New Beginning Church, I said already, Pastor Udell, love you, appreciate you so much. Thank you for the photos and the video that you sent. Quentin Perry with Quick and Swift. The UBL Basketball League, I appreciate that. Kevin, I always say Kevin Donaldson. I be telling him he ain't Kevin Durant, but I say Kevin Donaldson. One of the best barbecue grillers. Yeah, the man can definitely grill. To all the others that participated in Angela Endeavor today, we want God to continue to heal not only her, but to heal everyone that's involved. I remember she told me that Larry William, I can't call his daughter's name, but I want to thank Larry Williams' daughter of West Memphis, Crawfordville area. Thank her so much for taking care of Angela. I appreciate that. Gregory Alexander Pepper, we want to say thank you to you for the times you've helped Angela. These are people who Angela has called out names particularly, and I remember I wrote some names down. As y'all see, got my little cheat sheet here. I wanted to make sure that I acknowledged her, some of the people that she told me about. But to go to it, Warm to the Touch. Warm to the Touch is just something different. I remember how God gave it to me. I was trying to see what could I do for the holidays to serve, because I love serving. I'm a servant by nature. I think God, that's something God has given me. I am a servant. And I was sitting at my desk one day and I was just thinking, what is it that I can do? You know, the places that I normally go wasn't doing anything. And, you know, I guess it was a downtime. They didn't have the food because I normally go and box food. I did that at the Compassion Center. Just stock the boxes or whatever, you know, with canned goods and food and, you know, like you're on a little assembly line and etc. And this particular year, I was asking God, Lord, what is it that I can do, because I wanted to do something. And I remember him saying, get 15 blankets. I said, okay, 15 blankets, well, I can get 15 blankets. You know, I'm thinking me and my boys, you know, all my sons can get a blanket, and my friend girls, you know. I was saying, oh, okay, 15 blankets is going to be good. And then I went on to say, I said, well, what am I going to do with these 15 blankets, God? And he told me to take them downtown, like underground level. If you know the Doubletree Hotel, there's underground there from the river. You'll cross over, I think it's Harper, no, whatever that street is. I don't know what the street is. But you go underground and you come up in the bottom of the Doubletree Hotel. Because I used to work at the courthouse across the street on Markham. And so I knew that people lived up in the stairways. I've seen people sleep in there because I had to go that way to cross over to when I worked for voters registration and all that stuff for the courthouse. And so the good thing about it is I said, okay, well, I can do that. But a young lady by the name of Tabitha Pierce at the time, she was the secretary with me. And she said, Miss Linda, what you need 15 blankets for? And I said, well, I'm going to take 15 blankets down to the homeless. She said, oh, wow, Miss Linda. She said, that's what you're going to do? I said, yes, I think that's what I'm going to do. So we just began to talk. She said, Miss Linda, you need a Facebook page. I said, no, girl, don't do no Facebook page because it's too much drama, yada, yada, yada. I said, I don't like all that. I said, I'm a kind of private person. I don't have to be in the forefront. I'm a person that likes to be in the background. But sometimes when God pushes you to the front, you don't have a choice but to start stepping forward. And I've done that in ministry a lot. And so after that, I began to sit there and we were talking, and she said, let me show you how to do a Facebook page. I said, girl, we don't have no name for no Facebook page. I said, God ain't gave me no name for no Facebook page. And then, you know, a couple of days passed through, and she had sent a flyer out to everybody that was in our department, you know, at the school district at the time. And people just started donating blankets. I mean, just out of the way. And I'm like, girl, we don't have a place to put this stuff. I don't want people thinking I'm taking their stuff. And so finally, I sat at the desk. It was like a few days later. And I told Tabitha, I said, God said, warm to the touch. And she said, oh, Miss Linda, that's good. And she put it, and she made my Facebook page. We 6 years in. 6 years in came from Tabitha Pierce, and I always say her and Tamika Lassiter were there at the very beginning. Tamika helped me with my admin. Tabitha helped me with other stuff. And Tabitha helped put that little Facebook page together. And we're 6 years in. And God has blessed. He has done Ephesians 3:20. Exceedingly abundantly above all I could ask or think, according to the power that worketh within who? Me. He gave it, so the power had to come from me so I could work the gift. And so I said, Lord, okay, here we go. So the next thing you know, we had a Facebook page. Then after that, I said, girl, I said, Lord, where are we going to take this stuff? People are donating. Where am I going to take the stuff? So that's when we partnered with Salvation Army downtown Little Rock. We shielded with them. And photos, all the stuff that I'm talking about is on the Facebook page. And we shielded with them, and we started, and we collected so much stuff. My Sunday school class, when I was teaching, I think it was the young women, young adults, it either was the 20 or the 30-year-old women. There's tables, we had tables with nothing but, even went from what? Blankets to socks to books, underwear, diaper drive. As you guys know, we had 4,905 diaper drives for diapers. That's awesome. That's awesome. That's awesome. We're making a difference in the community as always. And it's just those little things that we've been doing for some years now. And I am so grateful. But if it had not been for Tabitha Pierce and Tamika Lassiter being there with me and telling me this is what you can do, how you can do, because I didn't know anything about Facebook. I did not. I was not social media, and I'm still not. I do a little something, but we got some things coming up. But at the same time, I appreciate Tamika and I appreciate Tabitha. No matter what, you will always help be the face of where I am with Warm to the Touch. Because you were there from the beginning. And I dare not to try to act like I didn't have no help. That is not what I do. So anyway, from Warm to the Touch, we've been able to help people. We've done classrooms as far as pre-K students that are in need of blankets. As you can see, you can go to the Facebook page, Warm to the Touch Facebook page. And there's also a website. You can go to the website, www.warmtothetouch.org. That is my website. It hadn't been fully released, but you can go out there and see. You can see where we did the Vitas, which is a dialysis clinic where we provided blankets for the staff and for the patients. And I really appreciate them giving us the opportunity. And everything comes by a conversation. I was just talking to a student teaching, and one of the ladies that I did not know was a dialysis patient. She come in and get her hair done and get wax and stuff. And she said, Miss Linda, what you doing with these blankets? And I told her, and she said, well, the Vitas need blankets. And I said, okay, I got you. So if I tell you I got you, I'm going to come through with it. So went to the Vitas in Jacksonville, Arkansas, and we provided them with blankets, and we did Lighthouse School Supply. We did a school called Lighthouse, and we provided them with school supplies. When Carino's was in the restaurant, when it was open, we actually partnered with Carino's. We had a display in Carino's, and Mr. Bryan and myself, the supervisor there, we took blankets to UAMS Head Start. We gathered all these blankets and for the pre-K students, because my grandson, Layden, shout out to my baby, Layden told me, he said, because he has this blanket that I had purchased for all my grandchildren, and all of us got one. So when they come to the house, everybody got their own blankets, because you don't want them fighting over their blankets. So everybody had to pick their own blanket. And so Layden, they said, my daughter-in-law Jackie, she said, Miss Linda, she said, Layden don't want to take no other blanket. He said he taking his Mimi blanket that you bought him. That blanket came from Dillard's. I'm going to say where that blanket came from. That blanket came from Dillard's. And he would not go to school without his Dillard blankets. So he said, Mimi, can you not get everybody in my class a blanket? And I said, Mimi can do it. So guess what we got? We got them blankets. Dillard blankets too. We sure did. All this is on the website. And so Layden, he always asked me, he said, Mimi, you still got your blanket? I said, yeah, baby. Mimi keep one in the living room and she keep one on her bed. Because the blanket, it offers something that sometimes other stuff can't give you. It just does. If God said Warm to the Touch is about 15 blankets, that's the beginning of it, it is something to it. And I'm believing God that whatever he has called me to do, I am definitely going to do it. Matter of fact, I am doing it. And I appreciate God thinking of little old me to do something, because he could have chose anybody. And I think sometimes we overlook that, because God is talking to us, but we're not listening, because we think it is supposed to be something big and gigantic and all that stuff. But everything starts with a seed. And so in this case, everything is small. And it's okay for it to be small. Y'all hold on a second. That's all a little blink there. But anyway, and to everybody that's down that have logged in, thank you so much. But at the end of the day, Warm to the Touch, we are here to stay. You're going to hear more about the diaper drive, which is, I think that's going to end on, well, I don't think it's going to end. It's going to be for a while. But I do, if you would like to donate, just call me, 501-413-5993. Meet me in the parking lot of Target. I go where it's lit and where it's kind of secure. And if you want to drop off some blankets, if you want to drop off some diapers, some wipes, we'll be more than happy to accept those. And we also accept Huggies too. I know I get a lot of Pampers, but we accept Huggy diapers as well. Whatever you have to offer, just bring it to us, and we'll make sure that the needed recipients, they get the diapers. Because I ain't got no little kids, so all this stuff got to go. We have to have somewhere for it to go. And I thank God for everyone we shipped off to other states with diapers and stuff. I thank God for those people. Sometimes they'll just send a blessing for me to get other diapers, and I appreciate that, whether it's locally or if it's spread abroad. But I want to just come in just to say thank you so much for being attentive to Warm to the Touch. Check us out. This is only the beginning. God got some great things coming. You guys be blessed and have a great day. I love you with the love of God.